Hello, everyone. Welcome to the International Ginger. I'm Jess,
I'm Josh.
and we're going to talk about our huge adventure and moving to Tashkent, Uzbekistan this summer. So we've gotten some questions about the move, and we decided to make our first Q&A video, life update, vlog, whatever you want to call it. So grab your coffee or tea because we're going to dive into all the details about how this idea got started and where we are so far in the journey.
Yeah, first question. Why international schools?
Well, I think it started a few years ago when you went overseas for the first time. So, fun fact, Josh didn't have a passport until we started dating. And I planned this huge trip to the UK. Tell him what happened when we went there.
To be honest, traveling overseas for the first time was a very daunting experience, especially dealing with public transport my first time. But after figuring out what the tube was like and what it can do, I realized it was awesome. And that having a public transport system or subway wherever is where I want to be. I hate driving and the whole Mad Max Fortnite battle royale that happens on Dallas freeways where you're bouncing off cars trying to get to your destination. So the idea of waking up a little earlier to get where you want to go, not really being in a car all the time, not having to own a car was really eye opening for me. It made me realize that lifestyle is much more of my style and what I want to do than what we were living here in Texas. So that was interesting, and I always knew that there was a little different way to live where people are looking out for each other a little more and really being better for each other.
Yeah. He loved London so much that we went back twice in a year.
I mean, it was a World Cup year, and if you follow the real football, you want to go where everyone is watching. I mean, you can't beat walking into a random pub in Borough Market to watch England's opening match. The U.S. and England were in the same group, so you've got to go into the enemy's territory to watch these matches. I mean, football fans are obviously very known for their friendliness, and as Danny Rojas said, football is life.
So he came back and immediately started applying for jobs. And I knew he really wanted to live overseas. And I love traveling and love the idea of living outside of the DFW Metroplex since I've lived here my entire life. It also sounds so brave to just kind of uproot and live a nomadic life. So last school year, I saw someone post something about closing out my year as an international school counselor or something like that. And it was the first time that I realized that a job like mine existed outside of the US. So I Googled international school counselor, found ISCA, and read an article on how to become an international school counselor and immediately got started on a search associates profile.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up about that. Nothing like getting a text that reads,
Yeah. I might have forgotten to mention it before I started my profile. But I was excited that I might have found like an in for us since we're both in education and we could be a team hire. I kept reading that that was like a huge benefit and that people would want to hire us. So once I convinced Josh to get on board, we started our search associates profiles. We had to get references from our current and previous employers and supervisors, write a bio, update our resumes, which I haven't done for 12 years. Literally, I've been at my school for a dozen years. Search Associates charges a fee, so we had to get our profiles ready, pay the fee, and then we were able to see all the openings. That whole process took us about 3 months. And then we let our families and supervisors know that we were like dipping our toes in the water, and that we would start looking for the following school year. They started posting stuff and we were applying for everything. And then it was like crickets for several months.
and then hiring season started.
October, we heard from so many schools at the same time. So we were juggling interviews in all these different time zones.
Some meetings at 10 at night, some at 5 in the morning. All depends on where in the world the school is like. Like we were trying to chase down Carmen San Diego.
He was meeting with schools and I was meeting with schools. Some schools had openings for just one of us, and some had openings for both of us, but it wasn't necessarily a desired position, like a teaching job for Josh or a high school counselor or teaching position for me.
One school even offered us a position like right there on the first interview with them.
Yeah, it was wild, right? Our calendar looked nuts for a few weeks. So thank goodness we have a family calendar.
Which brings us to the big question. Why do we set on Tashkent? I mean, where even is Tashkent?
So, the first thing that I learned in this whole search journey is to not set your sights on one location or country or even continent for that matter. The more open you are, the more opportunities you will have. And so, I woke up one morning to an email from the elementary principal at the school that we're going to, introducing Tashkent and the school and Uzbekistan. And it was kind of my first time really hearing about it. And I did a quick Google search and saw the pictures and realized like this might be a really exciting place. And the more that we talked to people about the school and about Tashkent, the more we got excited. And so we really like the idea of living in Asia, and being able to travel to places that we've never been before.
Yeah, we're excited to be immersed in a new language, a new culture. My background when I first started teaching was in history, so living in an area of ancient civilization is awesome. I mean, Tashkent's on the Silk Road you learn about in your high school world history classes. I mean, we're going to be part of 10th grade world history now.
And I can't wait to try like all the new foods, bling on the plav. The interview process went quickly. We met with the principal, the AP, the PYP coordinator, and the school director. And then the final step was the school director meeting with our current supervisors.
Yep, that was all done the week of Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving morning, we woke up to our official contracts and announced to our families where we're going the next year.
I'm really mad that we did a video, how we told them or their reactions.
Yeah, but the instructional technology coach in me was super happy. You made an online quiz for them, had them try to guess where we were going, and where we were moving based on clues and pictures of the country.
I mean, it's not like a well known country, but it was fun sharing the facts with them and photos to get them excited about where we're moving.
Yeah, there's just so much history in the area. It's an area of high growth and advancement going on. So it's going to be really cool to explore this area that's like expanding and modernizing right in front of our eyes.
Overall, I think I would say our families are really excited for us. Your mom's a little sad that we're not going to be just a couple hours away, but I think once we move there and they come and visit us and they see what it's like, I think they're going to be even more excited.
So we have contracts. They're signed. They've been sent in. Now what?
So the next step is submitting a lot of paperwork for the visa process. I mean, think like college transcripts from like way, I mean, so many years ago. And so we've got that part complete. And now we're waiting on meeting with our doctors and getting physicals to prove that we are capable of working overseas. We have to get HIV tests done. And we also have to get wellness exams for the dogs.
Yep, they are coming too.
And we have to sell everything we own. So we're taking very little with us, a few posters and photos, clothes, our dogs, a few odds and ends.
Yeah, that process has started too.
I promise we're still going to have a couch. Right now, I'm in full on decluttering mode, like selling, donating. It's definitely a process, but we're keeping focus on the essentials. And I'm making a list of some of the things that we use every day to help us before, to make it easier when we to get adjusted to life there. Like our toothbrush heads for our toothbrushes or Trader Joe's peanut butter.
I'm not so sure that last one's essential.
It is. I have it every day.
Whatever you say.
So, okay, let's tell them what exactly we'll be doing. So, I'm going to be doing exactly what I'm doing now. I'm going to be a counselor, an elementary school counselor for pre K, but now through fifth grade instead of sixth grade. And then you,
I would be a tech innovation coach, somebody kind of helping teachers integrate technology in their classes, getting kids skills they're going to need for their careers and college afterwards. So, kind of helping them be future ready.
and a question that we keep getting asked like, yes, the students at our school speak English, but they're just from all over the world. And so it's an international school because it's made up of different populations from all over the world, whether they're working at embassies or the American Red Cross and stuff like that. What are you most excited about?
I'm excited about experiencing a new culture that help me understand others better. I think I'm at the spot in my teaching career where I need to help design learning experiences for everyone, and learning about others is the best way to do that. What about you?
I am so excited to be with students and teachers from all over the world. I mean, I think that's just amazing to get to work with people who have had such different cultural backgrounds. And I also can't wait to dive into life in Tashkent, like the food, meeting new people, shopping at markets, just everything.
Yeah. Is there anything you're really nervous about?
Well, right now, the thing that I'm most nervous about is getting the dogs overseas. And so getting them on the airplane. There's not really a whole lot of information about this process. And so we plan on sharing every step of the journey with you because we feel like this is an area where a lot more information could be provided. But yes, it's Tashkent's not the most dog friendly place. And I am excited to, get them over. It's going to be kind of challenging finding apartments and a house or something because not everything is dog friendly. And so until we're kind of like settled into our place, there's a chance that they are going to have to be separated from us for a little bit. And so all of that kind of being up in the air is making me feel just a little anxious. What about you? Anything you're nervous about?
Yeah, it's the same. With Pete and Ruby being such a big part of our lives, that's always in the front of my mind. But right behind that is how I'm going to be able to play Xbox. Xbox Live and play with my friends is such a big part of my self care, and some countries don't allow this. So, like, how am I going to be able to do that? And how do I figure that? How to do that? Oh yeah, and like how to read Russian and Uzbek in the stores, how to navigate random power outages, but mostly how am I going to play Xbox?
All right. Well, that wraps up our Tashkent Q&A. So thanks so much for joining us and hanging out with us today. We're beyond excited to share this journey with you, from the packing chaos to settling into our new home and exploring all the amazing things Uzbekistan has to offer. If we didn't answer your questions, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to feature it in our next Q&A video or even make an entire vlog about it. So don't be shy, ask away. And if you're curious what it's like to really move halfway across the world, live and work in an international school, adapt to a whole new culture, and travel new and exciting places, well, the International Ginger is the channel for you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single step of our adventure. Thanks for being part of our story, and we can't wait to see where this journey takes us. Until next time, bye from the International Ginger.